Okay, now I need a real head. And I was going to make a ballistic head like all the gun YouTubers, but I've never trusted the plastic skulls inside or the ballistic gel. So instead I just bought a pig head, which is similar in weight and size to most Americans.
How's it going, folks? Jack here with another reaction, and today we're checking out some more from the channel I Did a Thing. It's interesting because you put me on watching this channel, and last time it was a video about making the most dangerous poke stick ever.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Wait, did I just call it the poke stick? Hopefully you can eat those. No, pull stick ever. And ironically enough, or rather sad, was the mention of Grant Inhara, who died of a brain aneurysm, which is kind of interesting since the thumbnail of today's video is Australian Rick here trying to do the Empire State Building coin toss experiment. Now, I don't ever shy away from watching a madman do something interesting, so without further ado, let's jump into the video. Oh no, his friend is already on the ground. This is not looking good.
There you go. So there's this common myth that if someone drops a penny from the Empire State Building, that by the time it hits the ground, it'll be going so fast that it can kill a guy. And Mythbusters tested this, and so did Veritasium, and they both said that it's false, as coins will fall on their flat side and won't be traveling fast enough to do any damage. But they are forgetting something. If it was me standing on top of the Empire State Building throwing pennies off doing the world's cheapest terrorist attack, I'd be throwing them like this, putting some spin on them so they fall on the skinny face the whole way down. And they also forgot about Aussies that might be visiting America, as we have these bad boys, the 50-cent coin, the heavy...
Ooh, what the hell? Is that a, Deca? No, Dodecan. Right? 12 sides. At least that's what I can count there. Wow.
Heaviest coin in circulation, weighing 10 times more than a penny. And it's also built like a ninja star with these sharp points. It's almost like our government designed them to kill New Yorkers. So today, I'm going to put these coins to the test and see if a falling coin can actually kill you.
Quick thing that was kind of funny from the actual Mythbusters episode where Adam and Jamie were shooting coins at each other with that coin gun that he made to have it travel fast enough.
Go ahead, shoot me in the Come on. I can take it. Oh!
Well, I always enjoyed seeing Adam in pain. I'm not sure what it is.
I can already imagine them doing something similar to this, and it is kind of scary.
Alright, now the first thing I did was grab a bunch of 50-cent coins and went into my garage and started throwing them at the wall. And I was pretty happy with what I saw. Some nice big holes. And also the spin I was putting on the coins seemed to make them stay on the skinny side. But I have no idea how fast I'm throwing them. So I made this measuring stick with lines every 10 centimeters, and then used this camera filming at 240 frames per second to see how fast they're going.
Okay. Per frame. Is he trying to become a member of the IBF?
This makes absolutely no sense. Either I'm really bad at maths, or I should be signed to a Major League Baseball team. Because in one frame, the coin traveled 20 centimeters. So if we times that by 240, we get 48 meters a second, which is 170 kilometers per hour, which is faster than the fastest baseball pitch ever. And that's even with my bad form trying to not break my arm on my belt sander. But my maths must be wrong. So I bought a device I've dreamed of having ever since I was a 5-year-old.
What the hell, man? It's got to better be a speed gun or a chronometer. Oh, what's it called? Chronograph. That's the right word for it.
This chronograph, which should give accurate speed measurements. So I added some extra protection to the chronograph to stop me from doing that again. And then threw some coins through it.
Ooh.
27.5. 28. And that was disappointing. Turns out I can only throw a coin at 30 meters a second or 110 kilometers per hour. Okay, now that we know I can throw coins kind of fast, I need to work out the terminal velocity of a 50-cent coin. And to
okay, I was about to say, that's gonna be difficult. Are you gonna jump off a freaking Heli? Oh, what are you going to do? Okay, it does the wind tunnel thing.
To do that, I'm going to copy what Adam Savage did in Mythbusters and make a wind tunnel. And he used acrylic tube, which is kind of expensive, so instead I just ate some yogurt.
Bruh. Now, the math was not the strongest side, right? That wasn't the thing either in the previous episode. So if you're indulging me, let's run over some basics again that perhaps I myself need to remember. Because physics, you know, we sometimes tend to forget about it. So, quick thing. There are 5 different... Well, there are more than that, but 5 basic equations that you need to know for speed, right? And of course, for the distance traveled, right? For distance, you have the normal one of just the velocity times time, right? Which you can, of course, just deduce by checking out the units that come with it. Distance, you want to have it in meters. So we are operating in SI units here, just as a reminder. So you get the meters per second or kilometers per hour times the time. That is seconds. Now, since we're going to be dropping this from the Empire State Building, we obviously need an initial velocity, the one that we're going to slip either or just throw the thing from. So we times it with a time of its own, adding to it an expression for the acceleration of the coin. Remember, it's on free fall, so it accelerates with an acceleration that is g, right? A is equal to g, which is, of course, just a gravitational acceleration of 9.82 meters per second squared. And given that we also have a final velocity, which, again, depending on whatever terminal velocity we end up finding, we can find by saying half of the initial plus the final and our time. Now, V final is interesting, is one that you should almost always remember. It's like an equation that is lovely to have in mind. It's V0 squared plus 2AD. I remember, right, from the quadratic expression of it, for which we can then either find V final by squaring all of these things, or by saying V0 plus A times T. So now the question to ask is, how tall is Kaiser Nat, Messi, Shaq? Oh my god, the things that people search on the internet. The Empire State Building. Okay, 443 meters. To the tip, yeah, that's fine. Well, an interesting little fact about it, all the way up to the antenna of the Empire State Building is just filled with coins. So much like our mad scientists here, we have just a bunch of people just trying to figure out, can we kill a man with coins? They aren't murderers, not necessarily, they just do it for science. So okay, that means that we are going to use this equation then, since we now know his initial velocity, and we're going to have that on the square root. So what is going to be our final velocity? And that's the square root of 98. No, the ballpark's a bit lower. Let's say 97. 97 square root of that, that's then in meters per second. And we turn that into kilometers. 350 or so kilometers an hour. Yeah, it's pretty fast. This is, of course, when we're completely disregarding air resistance and all that shenanigan. And for my gentlemen out there who are using freedom units, please do the conversion yourselves, or yeah, it's not that bad. It's 218 or something. Yeah, let's go.
And then used that with some plastic sheet to make this tunnel. Then I just slapped a leaf blower on the bottom with a basket that I stole from Bunnings, so the coin doesn't fall back inside and blow up the leaf blower.
It's too thick, right?
And this isn't really working. I think it's too wide and the air isn't flowing through evenly. So I made a smaller one.
He ate all of that yogurt for nothing. It works.
Now it works. And by drilling holes in the side, I can also control the airspeed. And at the bottom, it's coming in at 70 kilometers per hour, and in the top, it's around 50. And you can see that now the 5-cent coins, which are similar to pennies, flutter around and stay in one spot in the tube, meaning its terminal velocity on the face is around 60 kilometers an hour, which is what the Mythbusters estimated it to be. Then I tried spinning the coin on the skinny side.
Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go.
And that went straight through the tube. So I bumped up the airspeed to 80 kilometers an hour and tried again. And that also went through. And in spinning it on the skinny face increased the terminal velocity to 120 kilometers an hour, which is where it started to dance around and fly in one spot. All right, now what about a 50-cent coin?
Yeah, well, that just
falls
goes
straight through the tube.
Mind you, okay, the speed at which he's going to throw this is one thing, but also comes the math with it, because you need to have the force that is going to hit an individual with that speed. And also, isn't a penny like 10, well, at least like a tenth the size of a bullet? Meaning that if this one is 10 times the size of a penny, it's literally a bullet. At least weight, not size, but weight. I think we watched that through the Fat Electrician video, that a bullet is around 7 to 10 grams. Shit.
So I bumped their airspeed up to 150 kilometers, which is as fast as this air thing will measure. And the 50-cent coin just falls right through. And apparently this air blower goes up to 270 kilometers per hour, so I put it on the maximum speed and spun in the 50-cent coin. And it still makes it all the way through. So either the leaf blower isn't actually doing 270 kilometers an hour, or the terminal velocity of a 50-cent coin on its skinny face is more than that. So I'm just going to say it's at least 270 kilometers per hour. And now that I know that, I need to figure out some way to fire the coin at that speed to see how much damage it does. My first thought was to use blank rounds, but they would be way too powerful. I'm going to try to avoid making a gun in this video. And after looking around my garage, the easiest thing I could think of was my spear guns, which...
I was about to say, just pick the most Australian thing ever. Add in a slingshot and you have it. I'm pretty certain that he can craft something as powerful as that.
I have a lot of, because I'm compensating for something. I have a really tiny penis.
That was good.
You are really bad at that. Okay, I cut off the rubbers and then welded some bar together and attached it all to this stock from the camera gun I made years ago. And then I put this Chinese slingshot mechanism in the top and loaded it up.
Let's go. I think Daryl from The Walking Dead is sweating profusely right now. I should have followed the will of the Aussies.
And this is absolutely terrifying to load. I was expecting to find out how much damage my fingers did to my garage wall.
Oh!
But eventually I managed to fire some coins.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, you did.
Whoa.
And at first I liked what I saw, so I attempted to shoot it through the chronograph.
3, 2.
I gotta train that aim a little bit more.
3, 2. Now went through and it said 25 meters a second. So I'm throwing it
Faster.
faster.
And that's very disappointing, so I need to come up with something else. Then I saw my grinder and thought I can probably use it like one of those ball throwing things.
No! This is gonna go
Lauren,
horribly
if you're watching
wrong.
this, I know when you gave me the grinder, you told me not to do anything stupid with it, but this is just too perfect, and the coins seem to fit right in.
It's not going fast enough though.
I can throw it so much faster.
Never mind, it didn't go fast enough. So I'm going back to the spear gun idea, but this time I'm going to make it stronger by making it weaker with these thinner rubbers, which should be easier for me to stretch, and I also made a nice smooth track with this wood and aluminium rails. And I'm also not going to rely on that slingshot trigger from China, not because it's bad or Chinese, but just because I somehow lost it while taking it apart. So I'm going to design my own trigger mech, and after sketching up some designs on this desk that was sent to me by the sponsor of this video, FlexiSpot, which is this awesome adjustable standing desk that stops me from breaking my back like I usually do when making things, this is what I came up with, which didn't seem to work. So I made it out of metal, which should hopefully be strong enough for the rubbers. Also,
Nice.
I learned something pretty cool from your mum last night, a new kind of knot called a constrictor knot, which works really well for tying rubbers together. And after slapping myself a couple of times,
It's a constrictor knot.
I finally got the rubber configuration right, and the fastest speed I recorded was 215 feet per second or 230 kilometers per hour. And that is fast enough for me. And I don't know why these weaker rubbers were stronger, but maybe it's something to do with the lightness of the coin and the speed at which these lighter, quicker rubbers contract. Or maybe it's just because they're pink. Now I just need to shoot some stuff with it. And I'm gonna...
Blue? No. What's the name of the lanterns who use pink? The star sapphire? Yeah, it's the power of love, dude. It travels through galaxies.
start with 8mm plywood, which I've heard from people online is similar to the strength of a human skull, which seems wrong, but if it means I can shoot through it, then I'm gonna say it's accurate.
I have a feeling these rubbers are gonna snap soon. Right on cue. 3, 2.
Beautiful.
50. It went straight through.
And the coins easily went through and also managed to stay on the flat edge. So we know that a coin traveling 230 kilometers an hour can go through plywood, but I'm still not happy. I need something thicker. So I'm gonna shoot the desk that FlexiSpot sent me.
Oh no, oh no.
That is impressive. It made a dent, but it's small.
Okay. Unironically, just made one of the best commercials for them. Great advertiser.
And besides being coin-proof, the desk has some awesome other features, like an impressive 15-year warranty and super solid table legs that move up and down without any wobble, as they are designed with incredibly high tolerances. The legs are
Nice.
also made out of high-carbon steel, which snapped all of my drill bits when I attempted to drill through them. I don't think I've ever seen a table that is this solid. This desk is really nice for a tall guy like me, as my normal working desks are way too low and wobbly, so the FlexiSpot desk increases my productivity while also not hurting my back, and I can adjust it quickly on the fly for anything I need to do, like drinking water. I also put a FlexiSpot in my study, which is so nice to use while I'm working on my computer, as I don't have to bend at all. The tabletop is also made out of a highly resistant material, which is great for me as I'm always spilling stuff on tables or missing my page while drawing.
So I like that he actually has a 3D printer to do a lot of the stuff that he possibly might have wanted to design on a computer, but never did. Which is fine, okay? It's also nice to see things being done in a, I don't know if the brutalist way is the right way of saying it, but yeah, you don't always have to be high-tech about the thing that you create, especially when they are like means of destruction.
So go click the link in the description to go buy an awesome FlexiSpot standing desk. Okay, now I need a real head. And I was going to make a ballistic head like all the gun YouTubers, but I've never trusted the plastic skulls inside or the ballistic gel. So instead I just bought a pig head, which is similar in weight and size to most Americans.
Okay, we're good. We're good. How do we even go about doing that? Oh, butcher. Can I get one of them pig's heads for dinner? No, I'm gonna shoot coins to it. Ah, mate, there you go.
Oh, cool, it's like a crossbow.
Good to just slap your feet.
Oh yeah, glove stock.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. It's confirmed.
Oh,
You die.
Big falling! Is that it? Went in? Oh, wow.
And that went in so much deeper than I thought it was going to, going all the way through the cheekbone and probably like an inch deep into the head.
3, 2, 1.
Yikes.
That's deeper. Yeah, wow.
And that time I aimed for the skull, and the coin went straight through, burying itself like 2 inches into the head. And that confirms that a 50-cent coin traveling at 230 kilometers per hour would kill you. But I'm still not happy with this. I need to do a real test from a proper height.
No.
And a ticket to New York is $2,000. So instead, I 3D printed this magazine for the 50-cent coins and glued it onto this drone dropping device. And now when I press this button, the wire falls off, releasing the coins.
Yes.
I also put the magazine on an angle so the coins hopefully roll out with some spin instead of dropping straight out. Now the only problem is that I need to be underneath the drone while it's dropping potentially deadly coins, but I'll deal with that later. So then I went out to a spot that hopefully shouldn't have any children running around, the car park of a church.
Ah!
Hey, it works.
It's gonna make those church folks spew out conspiracy theories or believe that the end is near. The non-biblically accurate rapture has arrived. The Lord is dropping coin on us.
It works? That's working.
Why is he not listening to me though?
Wait, is it not coming down? Wait, what are you doing? Do you know? Maybe you don't know how to operate it.
And I'm having some drone troubles, which I just chose to ignore, and I'd lay down a piece of 9mm plywood as the target with some skulls on it, which I don't think I have any chance of hitting.
This just doesn't really feel like a science experiment, you know? What? In this car park that we're not meant to be in the wind, just trying to drop something off a drone that doesn't come down. And can we set up the table so we can hide underneath it?
Yes.
I don't want a coin in my head. Wait, I'm not even making jokes.
I know, I just
want workplace safety.
And for my own shelter, I'm going to use the Flexi Spot desk on top of my car since I know it's coin-proof. So, go buy your own coin-proof Flexi Spot desk and enjoy a no minimum purchase $30 discount with code IDAT30 on your E7 Flexi Spot purchase. Okay, as soon as I got the drone in the air, I could tell it wasn't happy with the extra weight I added on, and the drone wouldn't come down. So I figured it was best to deal with that later and take it up to 200 meters or 600 feet in case I don't get another chance to drop them.
Let's get in the car.
Hey, go.
I am scared now. 90.
Yeah, whether or not it's start
Oh,
higher,
can you
it
still
doesn't
see?
matter.
110.
The terminal velocity remains the same.
150.
Oh
I'm
no.
not even recording on that. I'm gonna run out.
Aye.
Oh, you madman, just go back.
I'm gonna drop.
I feel like I'm Palestinian.
I'm gonna drop.
Yeah, that joke did not go unnoticed.
Wait 1 second.
It's gonna move so much. Okay, ready?
Wait.
3, 2, 1. Oh, it dropped. It looks like it's coming towards us.
We're meant to be able to hear it. How long does it take for a coin to fall? Come here.
Well,
Oh.
around
Way
9
back there.
seconds. Around 9 seconds if we were to drop it from the Empire State Building. Circa half the time, if we assume that the acceleration is steady. Then yeah, it should be 4.5.
Very long time.
They're somewhere in the bushes. Okay, this is...
And we weren't really sure what happened, but after watching the footage again, you can see the coins didn't spin on the flat face at all, and once they were dropped, they took flight and spun 200 meters sideways out of frame of the drone. And I'm actually very glad they didn't spin on the skinny edge, as they were heading right for Alexa and I in the car. And also I might have murdered these passers-by, which I didn't notice. So after spending 30 minutes getting the drone down,
Okay. It's a nice half an hour descent.
Gotta do it by
headed out to a
hand.
dam which is 45 meters tall or 150 feet to throw the coins off with spin.
Yeah, you look like
Wow.
a goblin. You're getting vertigo.
Yeah, I would.
I'm not gonna throw coins on you, I swear. That's like fairly straight.
That looks all right.
Oh,
Whoa, hello.
close.
And it is really cool seeing the difference spin makes. And the coins fell in a dead straight line on the skinny face the whole way down. And they also did some decent damage to the plywood, even though they hit it only doing like 100 kilometers per hour.
That would hurt. But
Dude, you'd be bleeding like a lot.
you would be bleeding. That's from 40 meters. And what the Empire State Building's 10 times higher than that.
Yeah.
That's high.
It was.
It was.
Oh wait, no, that's not the Twin Towers.
So I reckon that if someone spun a coin like this off the Empire State Building, it would stay on the skinny edge and reach speeds of at least 270 kilometers per hour, which is more than enough to pierce your skull and kill you. Which is why I recommend everyone in New York walk around with a pig head above them at all times. Thank you so much for watching. If you like that, please subscribe and check out some of my other stuff.
That was brilliant. Now, obviously, the one way that one could also just figure out what he needed to do from the get-go was to take into account the drag coefficient, which is something that you might want to look up because it's a bit of a hassle having to write that. Also, sometimes it depends on the density of the air and also the temperature and stuff like that. But the expression for the maximum velocity will then be 2mg, so the mass of the coin, the gravitational acceleration, over, that will then be the area of the coin times rho. And this is the expression for density, the density of the air, and of course the drag coefficient that we then find there as c. And we square all of that, that will give us our maximum velocity, so V max.
One eternity later.
So I went in and put some numbers off screen here and found that he would have a terminal velocity of 295 kilometers per second. And yeah, the time is indeed 9.5. As I apologize for the bad writing here. I'm doing this with like a touch screen, so it's not exactly accurate. And it's weirdly vertical, but anyways, it was a hell of a fun experiment. I liked it a lot, and yeah, I think the TSA is going to have a field day now with Australians coming in with what was it, 50 cents coins into the States, just trying to throw it to people. the cheapest action of terrorism ever. God damn it. Okay guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. As always, if you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button, and of course please do make sure and go and subscribe to I Did a Thing, awesome channel. I like it a lot. Now that being said though, we should also have a wonderful day. See you guys in the next one. Bye.